All right, Mark chapter 5, the Gadarene. This is a great story of where Jesus comes across the lake. He's been in Capernaum doing miracle signs and wonders, but he comes across the lake and he comes to a place called the Gadarenes, and so he meets some of people right off as he sets his feet off of the boat. He meets a man that is obviously demon-possessed, and one of the gospel tells us that there's actually two men, and another gospel tells us actually that this man is actually naked. And so it's kind of interesting that they pick up on different things. But what is really awesome to see is Jesus leaves the way of ministry and he finds someone at another place that's called amongst the Gentiles. And so he meets this man there, he sets the man free, sets him in a rightful mind. And but the demonic that is on the inside of him is asking for permission to enter into some hogs and run off the cliff, I guess. But that's what happens anyway. And so he releases this man of his suffering and pain. And then these demonics, they enter into a herd of pigs. And the scripture tells us that there's about 2,000 pigs there. And so they run off the cliff and they end up in the lake. Just think about 2,000 pigs all of a sudden up in the river. It's not just that there was 2,000 pigs, but it was their livelihood that was. So it is interesting that these people then want Jesus to leave the community. Why? Because he's interrupting their economic state, he is interrupting their way of life, and they want things just to go back to the way it was before he came. And they didn't really realize that the man that had been inside this tomb, inside this place of where he had cut himself, where he had broken himself free from chains and stuff, they couldn't bind him. They weren't concerned about that he was in his rightful mind, but they were just concerned about what's our economic state like. So I wonder, are we asking Jesus to leave our comfort zone, our way of life? Because these people sure didn't really like Jesus coming, interrupting their comfort zone. How about you? Are you more concerned about what's happening around you, or that Jesus is doing a work on the inside of you? God bless.
Thank you for joining us today. You can find the full message at praycenter.net. Be sure to tune in next week for more words of encouragement with Pastor John Penner.